Okay, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Shara Ogin. I work as an intuitive coach, which means I combine the magic of coaching and psychic readings into all of my work. I really like to see people deeper than they've ever been seen before. And the topic for today's circle is going to be health, vitality, and the fifth chakra. So the basic outline for today is going to go as follows. I'm going to begin by talking about the topic for just a few minutes, and then we're going to drop into meditation. And then after that, I'll take about 3 people's questions. All right, so as you notice, my eyes are already watering, and this is because I'm just getting over a cold. And with so many people nowadays, because it's getting to be winter time, getting over colds and respiratory stuff, I decided to look into the energy of sickness and colds more deeply. And some of the stuff I'm about to say about sickness and illness may sound pretty radical. And so anything you disagree with or question, first of all, it's totally fine. I came from a traditional medical background that everything needed to be science-based. Like I came from a family of physicians, and I was a therapist myself. And so I never prescribed to some of the things I'm about to say. And so, but I encourage you to take what I'm about to say as a possibility. So I personally believe that we could all be in a room with others who are sick, yet unless we have some of the predisposing factors of what's going to get us sick, we won't actually get sick. Predisposing factors for the throat, the glands, fifth chakra kind of issues are, this is what I believe, that anytime our truth is compromised and our voice feels squashed, suppressed, or unheard, then this could leave us prone to getting an illness that involves the throat. I personally just recently had an experience of working with someone who believed she was helping my business, yet rather it was the experience of me feeling overpowered, unheard, and anger, not just at her, but anger towards myself for making decisions that were out of alignment with my truth. And right after that, my throat gland started to swell and I became sick for 2 weeks. Anytime the focus is on the throat, I truly believe that this has to do with self-expression, truth, personal power, and being heard. Colds and sickness, I believe, have more to do with feeling overwhelmed, being more in the masculine or the forcing and pushing your way through life. The cold is simply providing an opportunity for your body to take the necessary break that you would have not been able to take otherwise. It brings your body into the feminine or the more receptive space. Yet the main thing I believe that dictates whether or not we're going to get sick more than anything is your thoughts. If you have self-negating thoughts such as I'm not good enough, I fucked up, I'm a fraud, anything like that, that will depress your immune system like nothing else. Also, anger, bitterness, and resentment also will depress your immune system. And the third topic is overactive thoughts, like a hyperactive mind, the monkey mind that just won't shut up. That also is immune suppressing. So I encourage you, let's do a little exercise here together to think back to the last time you got sick, the last time you felt immune suppressed, and what was going on for you. So if the sickness was in your throat or your fifth chakra, was there something you said or an action that was taken that was out of alignment with your truth? And if it had more to do with allergies, hay fever kind of symptoms, were you wanting to push away the energy of other people in some way, shape, or form? Was there a trust issue coming up for you that may possibly cause you to brace in self-protection and subtly, whether it was conscious or not, to pull your energy in and to pull it away from others? And if you had more of a generalized cold, did this have more to do with being in the masculine, forcing or pushing your way through life, feeling overwhelmed, anything that caused you to hold your breath and put more on you and to harden yourself? So in summary, anytime you have A, negative thoughts and beliefs, B, circling thoughts in your head that just won't stop, and C, anger, fear, or resentment towards other people, but mostly towards yourself, this will suppress your immune system. I believe the antidote to sickness is expansion, breath, and freedom. And this is not to say you should not take zinc or vitamin C or any other echinacea kind of substances. So, in a moment, we're going to drop into a healing state. And I'm going to begin by releasing any of the energy of those things I just forementioned and anything we're holding on to that's not in our highest good, that's not bringing us into alignment with health, vitality, and strength. So I invite you all to close your eyes, take a deep breath or two, and drop in together with me. And I'd like you to start taking some deep, relaxing breaths. Breathe in, pause and hold, and exhale and breathe out. Go through 3 cycles of breath like that. And then do one more big inhale and a full exhale, making sure release anything since you've been here in the time with me. Just release anything that's come up for you that's not in your highest good. And on your next breath, release anything that was going on before you came to this call that's not in your highest good. Let it all go. And let's imagine that we're all in a circle together, a Zoom room circle. Keep breathing. And with each exhale, I'm setting the intention to clear the energy that's not yours away and off of this space. Clear it out, clear it away. It's not meant for you to take on. It never was. Sometimes even coming into this life as a pure innocent child, things are put onto you, such as imprints. I call them imprints from older generations or from the external world that wasn't yours to take on in the first place. So with my intention, I'm setting the intention to release anything that's not yours away and off of your body. And I encourage you just to create a visual of things being released away and off of your body. Let it all go. And Mama Shara, I'm just going to hold you. One thing I'm getting better at and better at is holding any woman in her pain, in her trilogy. Any woman, I could hold her there. And I would like you to just allow your back to relax backwards even more, as if I was actually providing an energetic back support for you. And if you believe it is true, to allow those muscles, especially around your shoulders and your upper back, to just release. Let them go a little bit more. I got you. And I'm pinning through my fingers love into the space. So encircling your body with love, healing energy. And one time, as you inhale, I'd like you to raise your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold them tight for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower your shoulders, lower your arms, and come into the now. Come fully into the present moment. And as you do this, I'm taking a look at everybody's energy here and everybody who may be listening to the recording later. I got you. I got you. And even though I just met everybody on this call, I feel the energy of trust coming in stronger. And this may or may not be true for you. And the next thing I'm noticing in the field is sadness. Sadness may be behind your eyes, or maybe in your chest. I don't see sadness as a bad thing. I see it as something that actually may soften you. And often it's an experience that got swept under the carpet in the younger years. And now these things are just showing up. They always show up in my field with other people, just to be held, witnessed, and then eventually released. And we have space for that here. That's completely fine with me. And I felt myself just sinking in one level deeper with you. And this feels good. I'm putting in the energy of appreciation, just appreciating all of you for who you are, the magic you bring to this world. Just sending energy through your body right now. Like anytime we contract, we get sick. We hold the energy in. So I'm just imagining gold light moving through your body, moving all the way through, all the way out. And I'm going to end by sending some energy into your heart, because it feels like there's a common thread of kind of aloneness. Even though you might be married, you might have other coworkers, you might have family, it's still the energy of sort of like nobody gets my experience, which in the end, in the long run, is isolation. So I'm sending love to these parts of you. Feeling of support is just a vibration shift. And so I invite you to see if you could take in a little bit more of this vibration. Because right now I'm supporting all aspects of who you are. Allow your bottom jaw to drop from your top. So it's a protective thing when you clench your jaw. So just allow your bottom jaw to drop. And feel the breath come in between your lips. Relax your fingers, relax your toes. Just say in your mind, or you could say it out loud, I am here. I am fully in control. When you're ready, I'm going to invite you to slowly open your eyes. Beautiful. And as you open your eyes and look around at all the beautiful faces here, notice if you feel more present and if you feel that connections between the other people, even though I don't think anybody here really knows anybody else. That's the beauty of making friends out of strangers. And together we'll create a rarefied field that is the us vibration, the energy of us. So I welcome you all to here. And next, I'm going to go ahead and open it up to taking a few questions. So the way this is going to work for me doing readings is I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to put up an imaginary psychic screen. I'm going to ask for volunteers, whoever wants to ask me a question, and I'm going to look at the psychic screen for information. And I also want everybody to understand that as I give one person a reading and a healing, it's actually intended for everybody. So as I choose the person, I'm listening inside for the person who has the most resonant vibration with everybody else. I'm reading the chat and says, you helped me so much with my son. Thank you so much. Okay, so could I see a show of hands who would like a reading? All right, so T is the first one I see. So you can unmute yourself. Everybody else, go ahead and mute yourself. I'm going to go ahead and shut my eyes. And if I have permission to look at your energy, please say, I accept this healing.
I accept this healing.
Great. So how can I help you today?
I've been on a long healing journey and would like to know where I'm at from an energetic point of view as I move forward.
Can you be more specific?
Not knowing what you do in terms of the medical intuitiveness, do you sense that my vitality is high? And do you sense there's areas that I should be working on?
So what I sense is there's something inside that feels like it's like right here, and it's something from your past that's sort of like I want to go forward and be fully vital, but I can't because of this thing. And I don't really know if it's one thing or several things, but it's more like the story that you put around this thing. I don't know if it's like the death of a son or whatever something is, but it feels like something is preventing you from being really vital that needs to be released.
So it would be the death of a spouse.
Okay, so that's what it is. Okay. And how many years ago was that?
7.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, I felt that. Oh, yes, that is what it is. That is what I'm talking about. I'm gonna invite everybody just to help me for a second because I just want to invite everybody just to support this right now because what is this? If I was going to name it, I would call it actually, you're doing pretty good on the sadness. Okay. Okay. So what it is this. I got like little flickers of different things. That's why I'm just taking a moment to pause before I get my words out. It's sort of like guilt for me taking mine when I couldn't do the same for him. Like I couldn't give him or contribute to him having the life he wanted. And hence there's this, if I was going to say there's a limiting belief you're carrying, it's I'm a failure. And it's the I'm a failure that then equates to I don't deserve. So it's almost like you're not giving yourself the permission or the havingness to have the life that you wanted for him. Because one life was taken, there's a lack of permission for you to have it fully. It's sort of like as a metaphor, it's like the box to the lid is being closed, and you're like peeking through, and you're like, and you're like rationalizing your way. Like I should have fun. I should go out and make whatever it is, ice cream dates, tea dates with friends. And so it's like you're going through the steps, but you're not actually allowing yourself to have the joy of just even whatever it is, a walk. Yeah, actually, walking is good for you. I encourage you to do more of that. And when I look at you walking, it's like the energy of pondering and really like thinking and reflecting. It looks like you actually like doing walks by yourself. And so it's sort of like I keep hearing this should, like and probably many people have given you lots of advice about what's the best way to get your life back together after something like this. And you're kind of putting it all into the equation. And so you're like, I should be around people more. I should make conversation, but it feels like nobody is able to quite support you in the way that you want to be supported. Like even if you talk about what's going on, and it's not like you're hiding back information because you're very like open to sharing. Mm, but even when that happens, it feels like it doesn't quite feel this void. It's like the string that like or like a rope that just goes down, and it's like I don't know how to quench this thirst or this hunger. I don't know if and maybe you've been in support groups and you've talked about it, and you're like, maybe like that helped a tiny little smidget. And so I feel like you're going through the motions of life more because you should rather than fully experiencing it.
You're very accurate. I do go for walks and enjoy them with my dog, and we do walk slowly because she takes me for the walk. I go at her pace, and the other parts are accurate too, in terms of um, being stalled in life, and I did have a complete breakdown and didn't get the support from my family that I needed, and they still have difficulty understanding my situation. Um, I would say I have 2 friends that understand it and help, but they're busy and have their own lives too. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and everything you said sounds accurate because I did see the family piece as kind of like you're going through the motions, like showing up at the, holiday things, doing like the quote unquote right thing, but it's who knows? It's like you're unable to tell if any of that's actually even helping. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's enough with the information. Let me just do a moment of healing. I'm unsure what I'm going to do. Let me just see what comes up for me. I'm just going to, okay, I'm just going to invite everybody to help me here. And I'm just going to put my hands up like this and give love into your heart. If anybody feels inclined, let's go ahead and do this. And all I want you to do is receive. So if I was going to suggest one roadblock that you have, and that is receiving. You could receive anything in your mind. It's just receiving into your heart. That's very uncomfortable. So just to the degree that feels appropriate for you, allow this energy of love and support to come into your heart. And this is good. You're doing really good. It's like it went 1 inch deeper. And that's amazing. Keep allowing it in. Try to stay out of your head. Just stay in your body and feel it. And you're like basically surrounded by love around you, by pure strangers. Take 5 more seconds to let that love in. 1 step forward. And it looks like right now it's petering on sadness and avoidance, like push away, I don't feel anything, and sadness. So go ahead and relax your arms, everybody. We're going to leave it there. You could continue this after the circle completes. Like, for instance, tonight when you're laying in bed, you could put your own hands onto your heart and just feel the energy of everybody here, sending energy into your heart, and see how deeply you could actually allow it in. I think this is the main thing causing not just you, but other people. The word is dehydration. Dehydration is where you're not allowing yourself to get your full nutrients. And I will also say that you are a giver. You were born a giver and you're always going to be a giver. And that's okay. So I don't want to change one aspect of your givingness, but the only fine tune I would say is let it in a little bit more.
Thank
Good.
you so much,
You are
Shara and the group. Thank you.
You are welcome. All right. Let's send her off with love. Go ahead and mute yourself. And I'm going to open it up to gallery view so I can see who wants the next reading. Let me see. Oh, and if I have permission to look at your energy, please say I accept this healing.
I accept this healing.
Great. So how could I help you today?
My biggest question is love relationship. I feel like I'm more ready than ever, but where is he? uh,
Uh,
and then just anything else that I need to know at this time.
okay. So let's just keep it to your one question.
Okay.
Well, actually, who knows? Something else might come up. Okay. So I do a lot of love ratings. That's probably one of the main topics. I'd say love and personal fulfillment are the two main topics I deal with. So, and clarity. So let's just bring you, and let's bring potential Mr. Right here. And let's just see what's going on. Well, I see there's a potential outside of your aura, but it's sort of like this way that you have made yourself unavailable. What do I mean by that? And I actually feel like a lot of people right now have done this, partly because it's cold and partly because it's, there's just not as much that interests us as we get older. It looks like the spirit of freshness, newness, and childness, like a childlike curiosity, has been diminished from you. And so, what I would suggest from you, this is my coaching hat, is to go back to where that got lost. And it looks like you've been burned a few times. Like by that, I mean, maybe you had a divorce, or maybe you had a long-term like marriage or relationship that went really sour. But in the midst of it being sour, you got really defeated inside, disappointed, sort of like you were fresh and vital at a time and you did put it out. And maybe this also has to do with work. It's literally, we're talking about you and how you put your energy and your fresh energy out. And now you're sort of tired. And so am I. So are many other people. So, like, we all get it. I feel like we're in a pool of like, I get it. Like, nod your head. Actually, I'm curious how many people kind of resonate with that. Yeah, I know not everybody, but a lot of people. Okay. Exhale, blow it out. So it looks like this is a little bit of period of like me time, but this is not like a curse or a punishment or like anything's wrong with you per se. It's just like something needs to shift, and it might be more like March when the sun comes back out and I literally see flowers growing, and a flower opening. And there's something around that timing with freshness and newness and a new excitement that comes forth through you. So the steps between now and then that will take like a, deeper looking at than this like 5-10 minute reading. But that's what I see for you. So it's not that anything's wrong with you. It could be that this time is basically carved out for you to do your you time, for you to join a women's group, for you to work with a coach, for you to do whatever personal self discovery, awakening time. I also see you reading a lot and finding the wisdom and the basically what I'm saying is your energy doesn't want to necessarily go out and go dating, and it just doesn't want to right now. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I get at the same time, there's this voice that's like, I'm only getting older, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, like, let's just let those voices go. And I do see good potential happening, around that time frame. And so it's actually really exciting when somebody else could see it before you. I do see this. So this is just time to be. And another thing I sometimes suggest with clients, especially when I'm doing like dating coaching more so, is just have more of what you want, because I feel like your time is precious, your energy is precious. So if you're going to go out with somebody, make it something you want to do. I just saw like maybe you want to go bowling. So instead of like having it be like I want to find the one, make it more like I just want to have attention on me, because I feel like that's sort of what I feel like you've done your time of taking care of others and putting your attention out. So I feel like that's kind of like next on the wish list before like Mr. Right or boyfriend. Does this make sense?
I think so. Yeah.
Do you have any last follow-up questions before I give you a last moment of healing?
No, I'm good.
Shut your eyes and receive. I never know exactly what's going to come out of my hands. My support angels just guide me to give you what you need. And it's bringing in the energy of love and acceptance. And also, you're a lot in future time, like thinking, dating sites, all whatever it is, but you're not just like here appreciating, like, let's just say hypothetically, if you were going to meet someone in 4 or 5 months, how would you like to live the next 4 or 5 months? That's the question I'm
Hmm.
in. Good. And it looks like you're a lot more receptive to letting in acceptance, love, and present time information now. Great. Let's all give her some love. Send her off with love and gratitude. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We can take one more. If I have permission to read your energy, please say, I accept this healing.
I accept this healing.
Wonderful. So, what information, support, or guidance can I offer for you today?
I am having testing at the end of February. I'm recovering from thyroid cancer, and they found new nodules in my neck. I just want to know if I'm going to have a positive outcome or not.
Okay, this is completely up to you. And it's sort of like this is where we control the fate. But I will give you some tips on how to have the most positive outcome you could have. One is trust and faith. I actually know you're good at this, but sometimes you get scared and you forget. And I think what could help you is, I don't know if you have that person or two that actually holds your hand and is there. That, okay, yes, but mostly it's the energy of I'm going to get through this. And then looking at it from the other side, like when you do get through it, how this is going to help you to be a stronger, wiser person. Let me see if there's more information I could provide for you. Well, let's just do this because we're in the interest of time. I'm just going to bring in healing to this area. Let's just get right to the healing. I'm going to bring it into your throat. So you can shut your eyes and just receive this. Exhale, because you're kind of holding on to a lot. You have been your entire life. It's sort of like that pan's in the fire, that pan's in the fire, sort of like, looks like that's been a theme in your life. So that's a lot of holding on and, worry. Let it all go. And I invite everybody here on this call to do this with me. Everybody could shut your eyes and bring in from above the energy of trust and faith. And this is white light. So just let the energy of white light come in through the crown of your head. Let it trickle through. Let it go right to your throat and anywhere that needs it. Let it continue all the way through your body. Let it come all the way down to your feet. And then set the image of you sleeping tonight really peacefully. And let's call in your guides and angels and anybody who will help you to integrate the information from today and to help you to have the most peaceful, healing, nurturing sleep possible. Let's set the intention for that. And after you have a clear vision around that, go ahead and open your eyes. Come back to the circle here with us today. Just feel if you feel a little bit of an energetic shift from that very quick healing.
I feel a little bit lighter.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So that completes today's healing circle. I thank you all for being here with me today. The first Wednesday of next month from 4 to 5 Mountain Time. This will be happening. So good? All right. So much
Thank
love.
you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Take care.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.